Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? And I want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want.
Youngins get it fucked up when y'all talk about this game like it's designed in their favor. Like it ain't outlined for them to waiver their rights for a little fame. Getting bullshit fights for a little name to get noticed by some niggas that don't give two fucks about you. Till you make them a few bucks, they doubt you. Tell them you don't do the jobs and shucks and they route you to the shelf. See, there's no money in good health, so they need you to be sick with it. Ill content and delivery, niggas. This nation thrives off misery, niggas. So if you ain't trying to let your hard times increase my wealth, nigga, keep that progressive shit to yourself. This is the business of buying souls, and we only fuck with those who trying to sell them. You see, they may see me as an adversary because they know I'm trying to tell them about the forest of artists who grow only to meet industry axes. How they take a nigga dreams and write them off in they taxes. Contracts is confusing, but don't worry, they'll appoint the lawyer for you, whore you, loan you funds to fuck your soul, make you pay it all back and still maintain control of your stroll, your tracks, and your hot ass slow flow. They'll keep you looking good and all that, but no dough. You see, when they get a bitch, they got a bitch. And contrary to popular opinion, it ain't my sisters that switch, it's my brothers. We the dumb motherfuckers, hardest niggas in the street turn industry suckers cause we refuse to do the knowledge. Nigga, you can't learn this music game in the streets or in college, so you better pick up a book or something, or fuck it, Black Ice, or put it in a hook or something and hope that you listen to it. Got you pumping that poison while they paint you them illusionary parades and keep pissing through it. You pussies don't know the price or the sacrifice that this industry makes real niggas walk.
The Awakened brand, and you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get a dress.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them dots like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress.
What we gonna do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
And I guess this is a photograph from the first show.
Yeah.
Explain what we're looking at there, and...
That's a thing I wanted to do, but the NBC censors cut it out.
Yeah.
And I was standing there, I say, as you can see, and you only see me from the waist, just this part. So
right.
As you can see, I've given up absolutely nothing to be on television. And they pull back, and you can see I have no genitals.
And there you are, yeah.
Richard Pryor dressed up as a woman in the 1986 film JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. His fourth comedy and most successful is called The Devil Made Me Buy This Dress. Coincidence? It was also his most successful piece of work, winning his Grammy and Golden Record status. His character was put together by Wilson, his manager Kay, and NBC executives.
You look better than you do on the television.
Wesley played a drag queen in Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything. The production company, NBC. He played a drag queen in the movie Holiday Heart.
What's the difference between a Tyler Perry movie and this movie?
I don't wear a dress in it. That's a big difference. I think that's the biggest difference. There's no man with a dress on in this one. Not that there's anything wrong with it though.
He dressed up as a woman on the TV show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air while working for Quincy Jones and NBC.
I'm like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then, like, the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Hot damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, so you gotta take it.
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning. I said no to that. Not that that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, you know, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
I'll tell you what happened, but I can't say it directly. There's a book to me that encapsulates my entire experience before I left the show. And the book is called Pimp, written by a black American who was a pimp in the 40s. He describes in detail how these men break women so that they will give them the money that they make with their own bodies.
Because, you know, when you're a guy that generates money, people have a vested interest in controlling.
There's a story in here so cold it makes me shudder to think about it. Well, Iceberg Slim is trying to control the woman that he finds uncontrollable.
I would go to work on the show and I felt awful every day. I felt like some kind of prostitute or something. Like, if I feel so bad, why I keep showing up to this place?
So he asks older pimp how he can rein her in. And the older pimp says, oh, that's easy, Iceberg. All you have to do is beat that bitch with a coat hanger.
I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress.
And then run her a bath and give her some pills.
They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
She'll be so grateful that you fixed her that she'll forget you were the motherfucker that beat her in the first place.
I forgot the hostility of the environment of show business.
Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe these rapes aren't even the worst of it. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Now, at the end of this book, Iceberg Slim tells a story. It's kind of the crescendo of the book. Iceberg Slim's bottom bitch is at the end of her mileage. She was bubbling. You could see it. She was going crazy. He had to let her go. It's hard to let her go, a bottom bitch go. And he wasn't ready to let her go because his organization couldn't handle losing her.
The DVD's released, and it sets all these incredible records. You know, it wasn't like Comedy Central was a hot place to be when I showed up there.
He said, okay, there's a guy in that hotel across the street. He's waiting for you. I want you to go over there and I want you to fuck him. But before you do, I need you to put some of this stuff in his drink.
I slipped a small vial of mineral oil into her palm. I told her it was chloral hydrate. Only 2 drops would knock the sucker out.
She said, oh, I did everything you said, but that man don't look right. Something wrong, Daddy. I said, what do you mean something's wrong, bitch? Did you put that stuff in his drink? She said, I did everything you said, Daddy. I put all of it in his drink. He said, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. You put all of it in his drink?
I knelt beside him, blocking her view with my back. I wiped my brow and turned my face toward her. My eyes were wide in alarm. I said, baby, he's dead, I think.
All right, bitch, let me think. I can fix this for you.
She squeezed tightly against me. I kept telling her she had nothing to worry about. After all, we were together for life, and her secret would always be safe with me. She found out about the hoax years later.
That's how the whole shit works, ladies. You understand? This bitch was at the end of her mileage. She was at 498. She ended up tricking for Iceberg for another 6 months. She must have turned another 200 tricks for him. Do you understand?
You know, like the horror that they turned us into. I jumped on that plane and left my father's bedside, which I regret to this day. And I went out and I sat with these people in this room.
You gotta make 'em hump hard and fast to stick 'em for the long scratch quick. So Slim, be as sweet as the scratch, no sweeter, and always stick a whore for a bundle before you sex her. A whore ain't nothing but a trick to a pimp.
Everything went wrong. Just like everything went right. Everything went wrong when I put on that dress. That bit was already overdone. You know, it was like, it was hacky, you know, and I did it purely for the money and the work of Martin Lawrence. Yeah. So I didn't do it for the purity of comedy, but I did it for the purity of work with Martin. But I believe that it was still more than money. Like, damn, I'm gonna get a big check, you know. Yeah. It was Cat Williams was trying to always say, Brandon don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying in the media, so I thought he was heck.
Cat Williams has a theory that he goes around telling everybody, you know, Cat doesn't hold his tongue, that every single funny black man, they make you wear a dress.
But Cat doesn't think it's funny. He thinks it's emasculating and demeaning to black people. And personally, because, well, you know. Right.
Don't give me that about I wore a dress. Yeah, you wore a perm. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? I think the dress, personally, is a thing that is not in our culture to do. And I think everybody will want to put their culture on us. And no, not to hate your culture or your God. If your God say you can put on a dress and your culture is normal for you, that you have the right as a human to choose that. But me, for my God and my culture, my ancient culture, we didn't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was cursed by it. I believe it was a curse that went with that personally, because nothing went right since then. That's truthful. No one can tell me, hey man, you thinking too much, man. You see that, man? Everything went wrong. It's like everything went right. Everything went wrong when I put on that dress. I'm telling you, I lived it.
Yeah. Is there any
even Martin, things went wrong when he did it too, because Martin is very anointed. Martin is a very strong man. And Dave Chappelle said that too. He says things about that too. And something, if you look at Martin's Arsenio Hall interviews, you look at him now, something's changed. You know?
Yeah, well, Martin, I noticed that too.
It's not a shot, but something's changed. Honestly, I think it's a spiritual thing, but everyone has their own journey.
Were you ever asked, ever had a role where you were going to dress like a woman in that role? Had you accepted it?
No, it was a part of a comedy. I was doing a sitcom, and it was just a quick suggestion. I'm like, kid, I'm not doing that. And okay, cool. It was
my manager knows. Don't even send me in for no shit that involves something that I'm not morally comfortable with. Mainly playing some sort of homosexual / transvestite, whatever the case may be. I'm not with it. There's plenty of other people that are with it. And I probably get less calls because of that. See what I'm saying? My phone probably doesn't ring as much as it would if I would say, put me in the game, coach, I'm ready to do whatever.
If Hollywood started off on a fair foot, okay? If blacks and whites all started off on a fair thing, like black men, white men, black women, white women, Asian, if we all started off on a fair and equal basis, and it wasn't this like white superiority against black inferiority, it wasn't this suppressive shit, maybe you go, you know what? Because Jack Lemmon, famous actor Jack Lemmon, Milton Berle, they all dressed up as women. It was funny. It was funny shit. Flip Wilson, famous black comedian from the 70s, did Geraldine. He killed it. He had his own show. He played different characters.
Jamie Foxx.
Started
out as Wanda.
And for me, I think a lot of black men have done it out of wanting to get to the next level. That's my opinion. I can't do that shit. I'm not doing it because to me, they always say, but you're an actor. I go, yeah. Like when they say, hey, would you play a gay role? I go, most of the time when you play a gay role, it's just to shut down black masculinity. It's to shut it down, to kill the alpha, because black masculinity has always been a threat to the white majority. It always has been. In white families, they say, you better not date no goddamn nigga. A lot of Latin families get like that. The black masculinity has always been scared. But I noticed that everybody that has gotten to the top has put on a dress. And the motherfuckers that don't put on a dress, it's always this resistance and shit like that. And when they say a gay role, I go, hey, I'm not even homophobic at all. Why don't you give that role to a gay black actor who actually has the nuances of being gay, who's not buffooning his community, who actually understands what it's like to be gay? Give it to them. They're unemployed.
Dave Chappelle has famously said he will never go in drag for comedy. He'll never dress up like a woman. Do you feel the same way?
I feel the same way 100%. I had an experience where I auditioned for that movie, Holiday Heart. I didn't get it, so I auditioned in a dress. I was like, I would never repeat that. So I would have to say I agree, support, and will follow Dave Chappelle's lead in saying I will never dress in drag for Hollywood or anybody. But if I would have got that role, no, I'm joking.
Criminal charge.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by name. Kobe raped a white woman in Colorado. Dr. Cosby raped 37 bitches and is still counting. Nobody leaves this business clean. Michael Jackson fucked little white children.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan gambled.
Right, and then his dad got killed. And
You understand?
They try to tie that.
You're not going to die clean.
I mean,
Time out. What is wrong? I should have never worn these shoes. Just don't match my purse. Blinking, fix your boobs. You look like a bleeding Picasso. Hell, goodness gracious.
Peanut power here!